The plot begins with a group of red ogres attacking a town. People are terrified. A dragon can be seen as the monsters approach. Flying above, a man on the dragon's back chants, and hundreds of paper talismans rain down on the ogres. A talisman stops in front of each ogre and there is a devastating chain of explosions that destroys even a part of the town. One of the ogres survive, but it gets eaten by the dragon with a single bite. We learn that this is the world's strongest exorcist who sought to be the greatest, but his search for power led the imperial court to fear him. And in the end, they betrayed him, even sending his favorite disciple to oppose him. In his final moments he wishes he was more cunning, casting his secret reincarnation spell and swearing to do things better in his next life. We then encounter a young man named Seika in the midst of a magical circle. His father performs a ritual to test his power, but none of the elemental stones light up, indicating that he has no magical power, and his brother Glai mocks him for being an embarrassment. We learned that he was reborn into a new world where magic is completely different from his past spiritual arts. Despite not having any mana, he sends his great spiritual energy from his body. We see Seika as he gathers some leaves. Paper is too expensive, so he creates shikigami from the leaves instead. The leaves transform, with some turning into mice and the others into crows. Glai, his brother, unexpectedly approaches and inquires as to what he is up to. He looks down at him and threatens to hit Seika, but his crows protect him. Luft, their older brother, rushes over and chases the crows away. When he notices Seika is unarmed, he becomes suspicious and takes Glai to get treated. We see that Seika is learning about his new world on his own. He is the son of a mistress, which gives him lower status, so he is generally ignored at home. We see him working hard as he makes his own paper and is finally able to make his paper talisman. He receives a knock at the door, and a young maid named Effa appears, returning his coat that his brother had thrown out. Glide arrive and telling Effa to get back to work and bragging that he'll be going to the Imperial Magic Academy. As he is bragging, their father shows up saying they need to get back to their training. Before they leave, Seika asks to join them. Luft is seen casting his spell, which creates a wind blade and blasts through a large stone. Glide also shows off his magic, shooting a fireball at the target. Glide is proud of himself and dares Seika to give it a try, believing that Seika has no power. Seika reluctantly takes the wand. On one hand, he doesn't want to reveal his power too soon, but on the other hand he decides that a show of force might deter his brother from continuing to harass him. He fires a blue fireball that completely destroys the target using his spiritual arts. His power astounds his family, and the fact that he used no incantation to cast his spell. Glide tries to take credit, saying it was his leftover power in the wand, but their father acknowledges Seika's abilities for the first time. Seika asks if he can study magic as well, but his father refuses, claiming that it would be pointless because no one has ever been born without magic that has become successful. However, he does give Seika a tutor, which gives him access to books, and Seika spends all his time trying to learn more about magic, even spying on his brother's lessons to keep up. As the years pass, Seika finally finishes his talisman. We learn that in his past he would defeat demons and capture them, sealing them in another dimension to call upon later. He believes that he can summon his servants even in this world. As a test, he attempts to call on his most well-behaved demon. A door appears and a young girl emerges. Although Seika does not recognize her, the girl jumps on him, overjoyed to be reunited with him. Yuki, the girl, is introduced, and she suggests that her physical appearance has changed because his spiritual energy is lower than it was previously. Seika is glad this was a success, and Yuki wonders how she can help him. Seika tells her it was just a test and then she can't be seen by anyone else. Yuki transforms into a tiny wolf, saying she is sick of the other dimension and insists on staying with him. The next day we see Glai as he yells at Effa for spilling water on him, but his tone changes and he suggests that she can find a way to make it up to him. Seika comes to her rescue, saying he has business with Effa. His brother becomes irritated and attempts to punch him, but Seika easily stops him and his brother storms away. Effa thanks him and leads him outside to show him an injured bunny. She wonders if they could save it and Seika tells her to turn away so he can focus. He takes a hair from the creature and using his talisman, he successfully heals it. Effa appraises his talents and Seika can see that she is also special. Effa gets nervous but Seika can tell that she can see the spirits of animals. Hearing that he can also see the spirits, Effa reveals she can actually see the elemental spirits. But she finds it strange that those spirits seem to actively avoid him. He asks Effa if she can command these spirits and she remembers one time when the wind spirits were taking her laundry but she yelled at them and they seemed to go away. Seika, who has studied this ability in the past, recognizes Effa's potential and offers to teach her about magic. Effa says she doesn't have the mana to use magic but Seika tries to teach her by summoning a soul flame and telling her to banish it. She tries asking it nicely and has no luck but she eventually loses her temper insisting it disappear and the flame vanishes. Although she is weak, Seika can see she will be a great ally in the future. They become friends and secretly train together from time to time. They continue to train over the next year throughout all the seasons. Seika's 12th birthday is not celebrated as usual, and his father is not even present. He tries not to be bothered by it, and, surprisingly, his brothers approach holding a wooden swords. Glai, as usual, reminds him of his unworthiness and tells him that joining the army is his only option in life. Luft clarifies and says that they want to help him learn how to fight with a sword. Suddenly the maids warn them that a monster is headed toward the house and their father is away. Seika can sense that it's coming. As we see in the forest the head of a giant elder newt emerging. Glai runs off terrified and Luft tells everyone to find safety but Seika heads outside. We can see that the beast has his sights set on Effa. Seika rushes to help. But as the monster attacks, it gets repelled by a flame. Seika is impressed because Effa managed to command the flame and he proceeds to lure the beast away from the house. It lunges at him as everyone looks on in terror. However, he shoots a poison blast into its face using his spiritual arts. The poison has rendered the beast falls completely incapacitated, and Seika is preparing to tame it. Everyone is amazed at defeat. They applaud him for defeating the elder newt with a single attack. He smiles and waves that his family finally seems to appreciate him, and he hopes that this is the start of the life he has always desired. If you liked this video and want to see the next part, please subscribe to this channel because I'll be posting many more just like this. I'll see you on the next one.